Hello, I'm back again. Just wanted to show you I'm still working on my doll. I've got her front and her back. I sewed it together as you can see here. I used a blanket stitch and went around her arms, and I already went around her head, but then I put wool over to match her hair. And now, and I just added a few different pieces of wool and just some different textile scraps. This is some yarn down here I put, but I just wanted to show you now where I stitched it together. You see all, because I started with pink felt. It doesn't matter what color you start with because you can cover it up with the wool felting. But you can see how I've done that all the way around. And so then what I've done then is now I run out of this color of wool, and so I'm using, this is a brown, and so I'm using some of this, and then I just start I just lay it across that stitch line, and then I'm using my pre 3 prong, and I'm using my 3 prong um, needle holder thingy one jiggy, and I'm just felting this into into the doll, and because I want to cover up all that stitching. So, and see, I'll just layer a little bit more there. It's still showing the stitching. I don't want it to show the stitching. So, and I'm just, and what this is 2 layers of felt that I cut the front and the back, and it's filled with this polyfill that I got out of an old cushion, and so that's what I'm felting into. But these, if you're not if you're not if you don't know too much about needle felting, these needles are very sharp and they have barbs on them, and so the barbs catch that wool and push it down into the body of the piece you're felting into. Some people start with just even a wool core, and but this is, I'm not doing it that way. I don't do anything like you're supposed to. But so here I'm going to go with some of that brown. I think my next doll I want to make a little bit more colorful. But see how it's showing on the arm there. You can see the pink felt that I started with. And it's not wool felt, it's just the inexpensive, cheap felt you can buy at the Walmart or whatever. And I don't know if felt is getting a little more expensive these days, though. And because I don't know why everything's getting more expensive. It used to be I'd buy it so cheap. But now I'm going around her arm. Pull some of this. I don't need all that much on there, so I'm going to just pull it. You never cut it, you just pull it apart like that. Okay, so I'm going to put on my finger protector here because I am kind of holding it here. And I don't want to poke myself in my finger. Nobody. I'm just going around her arm, and I'm getting that covered up. I still can see part of her, the light color. I don't want that to stay there. Let me look in my bag and see if I have maybe hiding another piece of that blue colorful stuff. I might have another little piece hiding in there. No, maybe not. No, it doesn't look like I do. So that's nice right there too. Now I can take this wool yarn I have. If that have more of a color that I want to try. Oh, let's see, this one right here. That's good right there. I like that one. I think that'll go with. And then this, I showed you this the other day, was something I put in the washer and dryer, and it I didn't know it was wool, so it kind of wet felted itself. But I'm going to go on with this. I'm going to, and this I'm going to, yeah, I'm going to go on with this and make a project out of that. I might start that real soon too. I don't mind having 97 projects going at one time. So I'm going to take a piece of this yarn and because it is wool, look at how I can just pull it apart too. I'm not cutting it, I'm just pulling it because it's really old wool yarn. Okay, so I'm gonna use this. Now see, I'm gonna take that and I'm just gonna pull that apart. And you can get Lion King has like a wool ease, they call it wool ease yarn, and that works too because it's wool. I mean, if you can find a yarn that is 100% wool, then oh yeah, that's good. And so, and this is 100% wool, this right here. Now I'm going to put that over this and see what happens. Just start getting it going here. And see how it just has a mind of its own? It's going to do what it wants to do. Even the arm is getting a little stump instead of, I'm changing the shape of the arm, not on purpose, but like I say, you got to be careful holding this, that you don't get your finger, you don't put your finger in its way. Okay, let's see what's happening here now. And okay, now I'm gonna put, now that I put a little bit of that green over there, now I'm gonna go again with this brown. Well, it's brown and like a beige in with it. I need to fix my camera to where I'm pulling some of this out of here. Now this arm was like this one, and it's just not doing, I'm getting it a little stumped up there. Okay, see, now, okay, I'm going to work on this arm a little bit. To get get some of the brown felted in there. And flip it over to the other side of the arm. This poor thing might not have any arms when I get finished. And I'm just now covering up that arm with some wool, the wool roving. And get a little bit more brown, a little bit brown here. In a minute, let's see. Aria just went outside out to get her a drink. And I'll have to let her show you what she's working on, because although I don't really want her to, she's working on wool felting too. And she's creating something over there. I don't want her to, only because I don't want her to get poked. But there, see? I'm liking this. I'm liking this. Okay, I'm going to kind of wrap that around her arm. And then I know this is probably hard for you all to see. I wonder if I can pull that up. That's away. That's as far as it'll go. Okay. But see how the colors are blending. Just once, the more you felt it, the more the colors just blend together. I need to work on my, well, see, now this turned out that I had both these arms the same, but now this one is stayed this, like I made it, this one kind of turned into a little stump arm, but I guess that she was what she was meant to have. But anyway, see, here's where I put the drizzle stitches in for her hair back here, and then I put around the top of her head, I put some wool, and I just kind of felted it in, and I like this piece right here. It shines. It's so silky. It's just something here that I found, and even when you pull this apart, it's really got some interesting fibers in. That middle fiber really looks almost woolish there, but look how pretty that is when you pull that apart. That is really pretty. And now I got to figure out what I'm going to do with her over here. You can see she's got her hair, but then underneath that part, then I just needle felted in some of the roving to kind of just blend in with her hair. And it almost looks now to me like she's got this arm turned, this arm is out, and now it looks like this arm is turned inward, like here. So maybe she could be holding a flower. Maybe her arm is like into her, like around, and then into her into her belly like that. So maybe she could be holding a flower or holding a musical instrument of some kind. And So now that, let me check this here out right there. Now if I take a piece of, this here, and then that could be a stem down here. I wonder about this. How that will felt in. Whoopsie. That's what I tell you. Do not get your fingers too close because you'll poke them. Thank goodness I only poked that a little bit so the barb didn't get in. Just a little nick. Now see, this piece I couched on with thread, which is a fine thread. Now this is the same thing, but I'm needle felting it on, so now it's not looking like a stem really. We don't know what this is going to be. We just do not know what's going to happen here. I could just rebuild her a whole arm on there. That really felts nicely. Real nicely. I like that. I'm liking this actually. Now what if I take this piece and so you always need to have some kind of a pad that you're felting to, some kind of a pad, because then that's why there's so much threads and stuff. Those are actually poked right into the into this pad, but you can't just kind of put it down on a hard surface and do it because you'll break your needles every time. And so this kind of, you know what, I'm kind of liking this. I don't know why I'm liking this, but that might be part of the finished little. Now, see, that kind of almost looks like she's holding on to something. And that might be what she wanted to do in the very first place. Is to just, she might have just wanted to hold on to something. And so I think that looks just fine like that. I like that. And then, what do I do with that needle? Okay, do I have a needle with some thread in it here? No, I don't. But, so that's where I'm coming along with this so far. My word. Now I could take and add, I could add like maybe some buttons. Maybe, you know what I want to do is I was wanting to make a Dorset button. And I pulled out my rings and things here for my Dorset buttons. And, wait a minute, I also have this, these little charmy things. I used to use these for halos on angels. Maybe I want to put a halo on her. I think I do want to put a halo on her. Wouldn't that be pretty? See how just thoughts come to you. Now I am really liking this little bit of fluff. I might want to trim a couple of the longer pieces just a little bit and just let that fluff out. Just let that fluff out. I don't know, but I think I like her with a halo. That's not an angelic face, though, is it? Yes, it is. Who am I to pick what an angelic face looks like? I do like this. I do like this. Silly dolls. They're not made to look, they're made to just be silly. And they are silly. I could make both of these into angels. I don't know. Well, that's as far as I am on that one now. And who knows? I might start another one now and then work on this one a little bit more later. Yeah, that was supposed to be a mouth, but as you can see, okay, that's it. I'm going to leave it at that right now. I ask God to watch over you every step you take and every move you make. Keep you safe and secure, happy, healthy, and humble, and bring you right on back to the next video. You don't have to come back to the next video because it's up to you. It's up to you if you want to subscribe or if you want to like it. That's all up to you. And so, but thank you for coming to this video. God bless.